5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Weekend confirmed.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Hey guys, this is James from Insomniac, and my question of the week is from Robbie Jaw. He asks, what classic game do you think should be rebooted, and what was the worst classic game reboot ever? What franchise should have never been rebooted? I'm going to start off with what I think I would love to see a reboot of, and that is Star Tropics. It's a classic NES game. It had one sequel called Zoda's Revenge, which probably wasn't as good as the initial game, but the first game was great. You kind of went around all these different islands. It was sort of Zelda-y in that there was dungeons, but it was a very tile-based Zelda game, so it had its own unique flavor, kind of great writing and character for the time in an NES game. And one of the interesting things about Star Tropics, and probably the thing it's most famous for, was it had a sort of piracy protection back in the day, and that you actually had to take your manual and dip it in water to get the code to activate the submarine. And so tons of people got confused by this, they would tell you to literally take the book and dip it in water, and you had a book in your inventory, and you're trying to figure out how to combine that with water until you finally realize that you need to take your actual manual and do it. I think I remember people renting the game, and there would be a big sticker on the top with the code telling you what the code would be so you could advance in the game. I would love to see Nintendo do something with that. It's been dormant for a long time, and I think it was a really cool universe and has a lot of fan love. In terms of the worst reboot ever, I always hate to pick on bad games, but I think it's Bomberman Act Zero. If you remember this, it was a game that came out in 2006 on the Xbox 360, and for some reason they decided to take Bomberman, go cyberpunk with it, make him look kind of like Master Chief, and go really, really dark. And while it kind of follows the same story that the original Bomberman did, all these guys were in an arena and had to destroy each other, it lost all the charm that Bomberman had, and on top of that, it was a really, really bad game. I think EGM called it one of the worst games of the year, and some people called it one of the worst sequels of all time. So Bomberman Act Zero was probably a game that never needed to be made, and shows what can happen when you take a colorful, fun, bright IP and go really, really, really dark with it, on top of it being just a bad game.